It's time for the pre-A final for our cadets. Here is the grid for it. Sukhmani Kira has pole position. Alongside on the front row is Harry Bell. Luka Batuev and Jacob Underhill start on row 2. Championship leader Ilya Veliko starts on row 3 alongside Daniel Wisniauskas. Teddy Young and Miles Burton start on row 4. Jakub Milcharski starts on row 5 alongside Wyatt McAllister. Rory Hamilton and Solomon Adeniji start on row number 6. Noah Hobson and Harrison Bishop start on row 7. James Fountain, Hayden Adams on row 8. Adi Manu and Reece Cranston start there on the 9th row of the grid. And then our 2 qualifiers from the Pre-B final. Pre-B final winner Oliver Sanderson starts 19th. Harry Knight forms up the 20-cart field.
One of the things I like about this format, Andrew, is that it's not like these drivers can have, you know, worked together in qualifying and got an idea of each other's pace. This is the first time today that the left-hand side of the grid has met the right-hand side of the grid. And so, you know, obviously they may have raced against each other in previous rounds within the championship, but I quite like that aspect. This is the first time that they come together, and we're going to see, you know, how does Sukhmani Kira and Harry Bell play off of each other at the head of this grid, and so on and so forth down the grid, as we are going to be good for the start here for this pre-A final. Promotions and repechage is not an aspect here. Who is going to bag the maximum points from the pre-finals here today? And we're away for our 12-minute racing, and it's a good start from Sukhmani Kira into Oblivion Corner. Quite a wide line there for Luka Batuev. Sanderson, winner from that pre-B final, is I think it's had one or two dramas, but the vast majority of the field, the whole field's covered by 18 seconds. So not a whole lot of field spread here in this Cadets race.
That's what we want to see as well, the close action. Drivers learning their craft around the circuit. Very much can race around. I know that's a little bit cliche, it's like, well, it's a race. Of course you can race around it. But this layout, particularly on the international course, lends itself to competitive action, back and forth racing. There's Sakmani Kira, well clear now, 2.9 seconds ahead of Ilya Veliko. And there's a sense in this as well from a championship perspective, because great performance so far from Sakmani Kira, but has only done one round so far, so we already know from a season perspective, Sakmani Kira can't win the championship.
Yeah.
If you're Ilya Veliko and you're the championship leader, to an extent it makes sense here to hold on to this second place because you are the highest running championship contender.
Yes, absolutely. It's it does make sense. You've not got to worry about things from a championship perspective. The only time when the logic flips on that front is there's also no point if you do get into a battle. We like to use the term disruptor, right? Someone who's here because it's not the championship. As we've got a good battle here coming into Christmas corner. It is for second indeed. So Veliko holds off the charge from Jacob Underhill, and I think that means Underhill's going to lose out there to Molcharski, I think there, and indeed Rory Hamilton, I believe, may have got by as well in all of that. We'll have to double check that one. There is a good battle going on there with 4 minutes left on the clock.
We are back live now as well, so apologies folks for the technical issues. To bring you up to speed with this Cadet Pre-A final, Sakmani Kira has led from pole position by nearly 4 seconds now ahead of this battle here, led up by championship leader Ilya Veliko. There is Sakmani Kira at the front of the order, well clear of the field. Jakub Milcharski trying to go around the outside there. Jacob Underhill in the green and white helmet is having a very good day so far. It's in P4. Rory Hamilton and Harry Bell. Harry Bell, who started on the front row of the grid,
but has a penalty hanging over him, Andrew, now.
True, yes.
Right, so this is an interesting one. 4 positions penalty for taking out another competitor hanging over him. And how many karts are there in this pack just ahead of him? He can basically, if he can in the 39 get by all of these drivers, he'll achieve the position he's currently running in on the road.
Yes.
But he needs to, but those kind of things for that Harry Knight is getting, his fellow four-namer, can you say that? Another Harry has just got a contact warning. That was not my finest segue.
Luka Batuev has got past Daniel Wisniauskas. Go defending to the inside again versus Molcharski. There's cone warning as well now for Harry Bell, respect to the Collins.
And in a race situation like that, what that means is he's just glanced at the cone. Cone rocked.
Yes.
You know.
Hasn't been displaced, but has had its attention drawn. There we go. Less than 2 minutes to go of this race. Mike McAllister has got up to 9th place, started from 11th. It's going pretty quickly now as well. 56.435 is a new fastest lap of the race so far. Oh, on the hill round. And problem there as well for Batuev. Batuev gets caught up in that. I don't think there was much fault involved there. That was just one of those things. Track limit warning for Jacob Underhill for just cutting across the grass there. That is a real shame for Jacob Underhill, who's having a good day. Still can have a good day, but at least in this race, is down to 10th.
I think there might have been, I think he was trying to get a bit of a switchback through the boot.
Yeah.
And I think the overspeed that he had at the crossover point just meant there was a tiny little touch of his front right on the bumper of the cart ahead of him, and it just sent him round a little bit there. Really unfortunate for him. Yeah, difficult one there for Underhill, but do remember there's another opportunity for these drivers to go racing. This is Ilya Veliko with Jakub Milcharski on his tail as they come on to the last lap.
Milcharski has not had a top 3 result so far this season, so this is on for a best race result of 2022 in the Club 100 Cadets Championship. Ilya Veliko continuing to defend. I still think this makes sense from the championship leader's perspective, because in case we didn't quite get it on the air, always Milcharski looking down the inside again into Ashby. Sagmani Kira, yes, is 6 seconds clear and is looking good to win this race, but is not a championship contender, having only done 1 meeting so far this year. So for Veliko, thinking championship, even at this stage of the season, defending those points and gaining a points lead even further than what he's already got over the rest of the competition is the focus, I think, in this one. Ryan Cranston has just set a good lap time, 56.387, fastest lap of the race. There is the checkered flag. Sagmani Kira takes a first win of the year. Where is Veliko gone? Second place for Milcharski, a first top 3 of the season. Rory Hamilton in third, fourth for Harry Bell, fifth for Ilya Veliko, so wasn't able to hold on at the end there. Sixth place for Ryan Cranston with a bright finish. Wyatt McAllister recovers to 7th place. Daniel Wisniauskas in 8th. Teddy Young 9th, and Jacob Underhill completes the top 10 after that unfortunate spin there with 3 or 4 laps to go.
Really impressive control of the race from the front there for Kira. Good battles throughout the field. A few drivers who may look to repair their fortunes in the trophy final later on. Coming up next here at Whilton Mill is your Pre-A final for our junior lightweights.